Hi, what's up, guys?
What's up, boys and girls? Sasabi ko kayo, no, recording na kami. Okay.
Sige, sige.
Okay, game. Anyway,
Alright. Ayun.
ano nga ngayon? Tuesday?
Tuesday today. Tuesday.
Ano nangyari kahapon? Nasa MPBL ka?
MPBL yesterday. And,
Kasi tayo, record tayo hapon na. So wala masyado nangyari.
oo.
MPBL ka lang.
But, may mga few updates naman.
Okay. Like sa buhay natin.
Sa buhay natin.
Oh, wala.
Wala.
Okay.
Wala, yun lang. Nasa MPBL ako kahapon. Yun, doon marami nangyari.
Marami nangyari doon. May pag-usapan natin yan. Ako, wala. Nag-workout lang ako doon. Okay, go.
Alright, sige. Start tayo sa mga... Okay, Hinebra now secures the rights to Jeremiah Gray. Nag-offer na sila ng contract pero di pa yata nakakapirma.
Yeah.
But alam naman natin that Jeremiah Gray will be out until kailan pa ba? Next year pa?
Tagal pa next year.
Next year pa.
Na-interview nga si Boss Alfrancis.
Oh, I wanted to watch the press con yesterday pero ang hina ng volume.
May press con ba? Hindi ko alam.
Yeah, there was a press con.
Hindi, nakita ko lang yung article.
Yeah, there was a press con. I think in Conrad. Okay. Naka-live siya eh, pero ang hina ng volume. Kaya sabi ko, okay lang.
I just saw the article about Coach Boss Alfrancis talking about the Jeremiah Gray trade. And he did say it was the same thing that we were thinking. That it's a risk.
I'm sure.
It's a risk.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, you're trading away someone na sigurado
ka na. All people naman, he understands how basketball
Sandali
goes.
lang. Nakakonect ka dun sa isa mo?
Hindi, bro.
Nakakonect ka dun sa isa mo. Tayo.
Hindi.
Hindi? Okay. Anyway guys. Sorry. Alam ko kasi pag medyo naglalaglag siya, alam kong nakakonect siya sa isang internet niya. Anyway, sinabi lang niya na it's a risk, which we totally understand. Kasi nga, you let go of a guy na alam mo na kung anong dadalhin. At dinala na niya sa Terra Firma based on yung mga tune-up nila doon. Kaya pinirma agad ng 2 years ni Idol Ronald Tubid eh. Kumbaga, secure na natin itong batang to versus someone na hindi ka nga sigurado.
Ayaw na nila pakawalan yan.
Again, guys, yung ceiling and all that, but we're not technically just talking about the ceiling. We're talking about coming off an ACL and coming off a Japan stint. So there's really a big difference between their mindsets. Someone coming off a Japan stint, whether
it was not successful.
No. What I'm saying is the confidence is there. Kahit sabihin natin hindi siya nagamit or hindi na nanalo yung team niya noon, pero yung kumpiyansa mo coming off like import K. Diba? Yung kumpiyansa mo coming in, iba. Versus someone who will adjust to the newly repaired knee and all that. So there's a big difference. Kaya tama rin yung sinabi ni Boss na it's a risk. So it's something that we're looking forward to. Pero makikita natin kung anong gagawin ni Javi plus ni Jeremiah next time.
At saka may sinabi rin si Boss Al kahapon na kahit coach namin, hiramin nyo.
Nakita ko yun.
Kahit nga daw ball boy, sige, hiramin nyo. Wala naman daw, sabi niya, wala naman daw katotohanan na it's not true that hindi sila nagpapahiram ng players, kesyo ganito, kesyo ganyan. Well,
pero big words yun
Big words talaga yun. Because that will now forever be etched in everybody's minds na in future iterations of Gilas, if the best players of San Miguel, which are arguably the best players in the PBA, will not join Gilas, then that will be a problem.
Ibig sabihin, alam mo naman si Boss knowing him, even not personally, but on a level na in basketball terms, alam mo na pag may sinabi yan, medyo may katotohanan yan kasi di naman yan maglalabas ng blurt out ng mga salita hindi niya minimin So him saying that
Una is the head of the whole SMC umbrella in the PBA.
Mapapahiya siya kung biglang may pruweba yung kabila na di nyo mo kayo nagpapahiram. Hindi, sinabi ni Boss, kahit coach namin hiramin nyo, kahit ball boy daw So parang, tama ka dun, brother. There was always that, even from us, especially from us, outside looking in, parang, hindi na naman nagpahiram Hindi pala. May isa ako, bro. Finals, Game 2, Letran. Di ba? Yeah. Letran Mapua, we covered it.
Yeah.
Hanggang saan ko kwento?
Hanggang sa victory party.
Pumunta kami victory party.
Pumunta kayo doon, 'di ba? Uminom kayo with Boss Al.
Tama. Si LA nandun. Sinabi ko rin 'yon. Okay?
Yeah.
Sabi ko SEA Games. SEA Games 'yun, 'di ba?
SEA Games 'yun.
Tama, natalo nun.
Yes.
Sinabi ni LA sa akin. Hinihintay lang yung sumama siya.
Invite siya. Ayun.
So I was like, ba't hindi sinama? Like, ako nun, ngayon kasi naalala ko na lang na, but there was a conversation between me and LA. Sabi ko, Kuya, ano nangyari? Ganyan. Wala, talo ganyan. Sayang nga, ganyan. Pero sabi ko, dapat kasi sinama ka eh. Like, ginoke ko na lang siya. Knowing na medyo, you would think kasi on the older side na si LA. So, in my head, either yun yung rason or humindi na siya. Hindi daw, bro. Gusto nga daw niya pumunta. Nag-joke nga si Boss Al Francis. Sana sinama nila to para meron silang veterano dun. Sabi ko, ba't nga ba hindi sinama si LA Tenorio? Bro, kaka 30 points lang niya nung Game 6 eh.
Oo, pare.
Ayun, sinama si LA.
Say what you want about the age of LA.
Alam mo, bro. Alam mo.
Come on.
So,
tsaka, that guy played in the international stage already.
Memorize na niya.
Knows how to perform on that level.
So now that Boss said this, tama ka dun. It's big words because it will erase all of the stigma na hindi nagpapahiram. And moving forward, medyo added pressure to sa Gilas na, okay, we need to use the best players in the league even if it's with them. Kasi alam na ng tao na nagpapahiram sila, hindi natin hinihiram. Parang akala nga natin, pa one per team lang, di ba?
Oo, akala natin gano'n lang.
Parang
akala natin may stipulation na gano'n. But si Boss Al Francis na mismo nagsabi that the whole board agreed to give their full support to the national team. So whoever they want.
Hindi dapat nandun si CJ. Nandun si Terence.
Oo.
Diba? Vic Manuel. Kung talagang hanap kang Vic Manuel. Paul Lee, nasa kabila. Halalon, Baroka. Like,
so now, hindi na pwede sabihin ng Gilas, ng SBP na, kulang kami sa players.
In short, time out. In short, we can make... Diba lagi yan yung sinasabi? We can't send the best possible team kasi competing yung dalawang grupo. Diba laging ganun yung... Now, we can send the best possible team. So this moving forward will change everything. The perception of people na, best possible team dapat. Which, dito sa Shoot First, bro, we did agree that majority SMC would be the best possible team.
Yeah, I don't think it would take a genius to know that.
Oo naman. May kita naman sa roster. Kita naman sa rosters ng tatlo, di ba? But yeah, even from us, we did agree that if we could make a majority SMC team because of how strong they are, that would be the best scenario in terms of talent. So moving forward, those are big words for Coach Boss Alfran. This is something we all needed to hear. Para daw mabura yung di ba, yung perception hindi nagpapahiram.
Oo.
Tama yun.
Kasi, well, it's also props also to him because he said it at a time where, basketball in the national team level
medyo
has been
critical.
In shambles because of the loss in the SEA Games. So now, I think this is also a step in the right direction na finally clarify niya na sa lahat. Hindi lang usapang loob. Sinabi niya na sa lahat, sa publiko na.
Tsaka hindi hausyaw, no? Talagang siya nagsabi.
Hindi hausyaw. Siya
nagsabi.
Straight from the horse's mouth.
Okay yun. Alright,
next up. Ito, sobrang nasad talaga ako when I saw this. Paul Desiderio got an ACL injury. And ewan ko kung totoo yung sinabi nung kapatid niya ata yung nagsabi. 1 to 2 years daw siya hindi makakalaro.
I think that was just
heat of the moment lang siguro.
Emotional post na lang. Hindi 1 to 2 years. 1 year. I mean, ACL tears, obviously, they suck. And that's the last thing you want to see, actually. Actually, yun yung last thing. There are worse injuries, but that is the most common na masamang injury sa basketball player. I saw the video actually a few days ago. Nag-message ako sa isang player sa TNT. Sabi ko, kumusta? That time daw, akala nila hamstring. That time.
So it didn't happen just yesterday?
Hindi, yung video. Friday pa yung game na yun.
Okay.
So, hamstring daw.
Yesterday lang na-diagnose.
Yesterday na-diagnose. So, nung Friday pa yung video, I don't know if you saw the video. I don't know if you saw the video. It's on TikTok. Basta, nahulog. They thought it was hamstring injury kasi sa likod daw nakahawak.
Oo.
So, a part of me was like, shit, sana yung lumabas na balita. Hamstring lang. I mean, di ba? Lesser evil tayo. But, it happened. ACLC Paul. We all know na matapang yung bata. We all know matibay yung loob ng bata. But he just has to go through the process. Yeah. Everyone went through this. Robert Bolick went through this process. But Jeremiah Gray is going through this process right now. So, you just have to go through it. I wish him the best. Alam naman natin. Sayang, because pasimula na yung season. Tinalo pa nga daw ng Blackwater and Token Text nung tune-up na yun.
Talaga?
So medyo promising sana, di ba? Momentum entering the season. So, sayang. But we wish him the best. Kaibigan natin yan si Paul.
Okay, next up. Eto. PBA Chairman Ricky Vargas said the league will seriously fight unregistered agents who poach top local talent. In other words, he's attacking those agents who send our talents abroad. And apparently, they're not... May registration pa pala ang mga agents.
Meron, bro.
I didn't know.
Meron, bro. Because, actually, I just found out nung nasa draft na ako. Kasama ko si Sir PJ Pilares.
Okay, Pilares, yeah.
PMG, Titan. May papel siyang hawak habang... Wala lang. Pagpasok lang niya, nonchalant. May hawak siyang papel. So, binati ko siya ganyan. Sabi ko, ito, ginanong ko. Pagkuha ko ng papel, na ano lang, parang mamarites lang ako. Ano to, boss? Pakita. Pagbukas ko, nandun lahat ng pangalan nila. Parang lahat ng agent. Daniel Spiritu, Marvin, Shah, Ed Mangahas, Tito Ed, basta lahat nandun. Mga 10 ata, 9 to 10 names. Yun yung mga registered. So, when I saw that, I didn't dawn upon me naman na parang wala lang, nakita ko lang. So ngayon naalala ko lang, nung sinabi ni Ricky Vargas kahapon, sabi ko, yun yung mga registered. So meron bro. Which, tama na naman, parang, grabe naman to mga ibang bansan to. Grabe tayo. We cannot compete with first world countries in terms of salary.
Oo. Pero sana naman, gawin niyo na maayos.
Huwag naman yung Parang at saka ang napansin ko, bro, tinatawag nilang Asian import, pero Pinoy lang target nila.
Oo, bro, yun lang talaga.
Alam nila na kukuha man tayo ng Asian import, yung matindi na yung following. Dito tayo sa mga Pinoy.
Kasi obviously, upstart league sila compared to the PBA. So, they don't want to just uplift the talent in their league, but also the social media presence.
Ano yan?
Na malakas sa atin.
Gino-joke yung pang Asian import. Filipino import, lagay nyo na lang. Filipino import. Huwag na Asian import. Alam na natin yan, pare naman. Yung sa ABL noon, heritage import.
Heritage.
Tama, pero, pare naman, iilan lang naman nakakapunta talaga. Kasi merong kinukuha sa ibang bansa. Ito po, Pinoy import. Dapat ganun 2 world imports and 1 Filipino import. Tapos, totoo ba puro startup lahat to?
Parang, oo.
Like, hindi naman, siguro less than 5 to 10, mga 10 years max.
Oo.
Startup.
Or kasi
sige,
league.
Not
bago
startup.
Lang din to.
Struggling leagues.
Yan. Sige, pwede.
No reach, no popularity, no reach leagues. Pinagluluko. Puro Pinoy lang kinukuha.
Yun nga, may pinakabago na nga yung si Richie, kinukuha daw sa Taiwan.
May balita. Kumbaga, again, these are great opportunities. And I understand that. You know what the difference was between the ABL noon and this one in terms of Asian heritage import? ABL didn't get the best of the best.
Yes.
No shot at the imports there, but Jai, Cañada, Gonzaga, Rudy Linganay, they didn't get, at that time, they didn't try to get JV Casio. or Paul Lee nung time na yon. No. So, I don't know if it was a salary thing, but still, like, respeto naman, pare. Pwede bang, let's just say, si Richie, kung nanonood ka ng UP, di ba pwede kunin mo si Noah?
Oo nga.
Kunin mo si Noah.
May iba naman eh.
Kunin mo si Noah. Kunin mo si Brix Ramos. Di ba? Like, ba't kinukuha mo yung Richie Rivera? But then again nga, ang laki ng sweldo. So, ang hirap humindi kung ikaw yung player, pero respeto. Ano
pero
talaga?
Mike, ito, latag ko lang ulit para sa'yo.
Oh.
Yung respeto na yan, paano nila i-display yan? Wala mo silang paki dyan eh.
Wala silang paki. Kasi, ito na lang to, bro. Ito na lang. Sorry for the word. Pero ginagawa nilang puta. Di ba, players? Di ba? Sorry for the term. Pero ginagawa nila. O, kumbaga, halika dito. Sorry, don't cancel me. Pero, uy, mukhang chicks to. Taka dito, sama ka dito. Mag-a-attract to ng mga tao. Kumbaga, ikaw yung nasa, sorry guys, please don't cancel me. Pero, yung car show, tapos may mga sales lady na papa-attract ng buyers. Ganun yun. That's just it. Do not cancel me, I'm sorry. But that's just it. Alam naman natin kung anong purpose ng mga ganun, di ba? Sa Chooks to Go, madaming ganun. Alam naman natin kung anong purpose nun eh. Yun ang ginagawa sa mga Pinoy basketball players. Para mag-attract ng mga viewers, ng sponsors, gano'n.
Yes. Wala.
But then again, yun nga. Wala silang paki doon. Number 2, ang laki ng binibigay nila. So, anong laban mo? Ako more so, not the money. Nadidisappoint ako because as a basketball player, don't you want to go up against the best of the best? Hindi ka ba na-challenge growing up na ito na yung chance ako? Let's just say, I'll talk about myself kunyari para lang hindi na won't put words in my mouth. Let's say when I graduated UP. Sabihin natin sobrang galing ko nun. Let's just say na-shoot ko yung 2 free throw. Sobrang galing ko. Kinukuha ako ng Korea or ano ba yun? Taiwan? Tapos B-League. Okay, understand. Malaki yung pera. Pero like, taking the next step, iisip ko, pinanood ko buong buhay ko si Jimmy Alapag, Jason Castro, L.A. Tenorio. Ito na yung pagkakataon kung makalaban sila doon sa PBA. Yung ganun lang, yung competitiveness lang. Diba? But then again, we can't blame them for the money, but nawawala lang yung competitiveness. Nalulungkot ako. Nakakalimutan nila ano yung main reason ba't sila nag-basketball in the first place.
I really want to pick the brains of anybody who went to Japan and go through their decision process. But I want to hear it straight from the horse's mouth. Siyempre, tayo, I mean, of course, we're thinking of it from the objective and the logical standpoint. But
ito lang, dalawa lang maririnig mo. I'm not concluding na ito yung sinabi ng mga B-League players sa akin na. Pero dalawa lang ang usually maririnig mo. Pera, Japan kasi. Maganda eh. Totoo naman eh. Maganda yung bansa. Pare naman.
Masarap yung pagkain.
Anybody who's gone to Japan knows how nice and great the country is. Which is obvious ba? First world country yan eh. It's always pera. Tsaka maganda yung bansa eh. Totoo naman.
Yeah.
Di ba? May mga ilan na maganda daw yung chicks. Pero iwan na natin sino yung mga yun.
Okay.
Pero yun.
Let's move on from that.
Pero before we move on from this topic, to those na syempre there's toxicity again when this quote came out from Ricky Vargas, di ba? But for me, it's a business. The same way that Taiwan,
but they run their business in that
same way that
world.
Taiwan, Japan are looking for ways to attract viewership. Ganun din naman ang PBA. Ba't natin sisisi yung PBA kung player namin yan ah? Totoo naman. Di ba? Player namin yan. Sandali lang. And they did tweak the rookie max.
They did.
That is a big step already into ensuring na assuring players na hindi. Sige, kasi usually dito, mag-150 ako first year ko eh.
Tapos pare, people will say pa na, ay, yan yung PBA, parang crying baby.
Crab mentality or something. Parang hindi crab mentality. Parang, imbis na bigay mo sa magandang kinabukasan din, keep mo.
Parang kinukulong mo.
Pare-pareho lang sila.
They're holding you hostage and stuff like that. But guys, di ba, you want the PBA to up the ante in terms of competing with these other leagues. This is them fighting for our players. Fighting for the best competition to stay here in the Philippines.
Gusto niyo lumakas yung mga teams, di ba?
Tsaka gusto niyo mag-effort sila, di ba? Ito, nag-effort na sila.
Kaya nga, again, with the PBA, it's damned if you do, damned if you don't, para sa mga tao. Or not even, I don't even want to say majority kasi majority naman may mga maayos. At the end of the day, people, let's say Richie goes. Di ba yun? Yung chismis. Richie leaves. Hindi nyo papanoorin si Richie, tigil niyan.
Saka sa Taiwan, putang ina.
Mas lalo pa dun. Ano ba yun, yung T1?
Nakita niyo ba si Jordan Edding doon? Puta, kinakain niya lang yung mga tao doon.
Sobra, bro. Sobra, pare. Sobra. Ako, masaya ako para kay KG.
Oo.
Kasi siya, pare, bro, Twilight, nakahanap pa, bro. I'm happy for him, ha?
Tsaka pare, ano pa manghihingi natin kay KG? We saw his best years here in the Philippines. Putang ina, slam dunk champion.
Si Heading.
Turned into a timeless talent.
Si Heading, pandemic yun.
Oo, pandemic.
He didn't know where he was going kasi wala pang PBA noon. Sige, dyan na tayo. Pero itong mga bago, Baltazar dapat nasa draft. Rivero dapat nasa draft. Puta. De sana, bumaba yung lumakas yung mga nasa taas. Tsaka na, I fully understand why they're doing this. And I will not, business yan eh. Diba? They're making adjustments para hindi umalis yung players and we're mad. That's such a stupid argument, man.
Why will we be mad? And then that is just hypocrisy at its finest because you're asking them to make moves.
Pero yung kabila, when they're making moves, good job. Ang ganda ng pagpatak mo ng bilig.
Salamat sa pagbibigay sa amin ng oportunidad.
Kasi they're opening the doors for the ba't pag tayo magsasara ng pinto? Dito kayo kasi dito gusto ko mapanood to mga to eh. Pare, nakakalimutan ko na sila talaga.
Hindi ba maganda yun yung protecting our own?
Pare, medyo talaga. Damned if you do, damned if you don't at this point. Kaya nga parang feeling ko, yung mga governor, yung mga nagpapatakbo ng PBA, wala na yan. Sarado na yung mga, mga tenga nila. Kumbaga, pag may i-decide sila, which I really see they're trying.
They are.
But, wala tayong magagawa. Okay.
All right. Okay, moving on.
Okay, bago tayo mag-PBA talk ulit. Sige.
The biggest news of last night.
Viral news.
Viral news. And viral infection.
Oo nga. COVID pa.
Di ko talaga alam. Wow. Okay, so yesterday in the MPBL, Mindoro lost in the first game to Pasig. And in the second game, it was San Juan going up against Val City. Val City was on a 3-game winning streak after they lost their first game to Sarangani. San Juan, meanwhile, lost to Bacolod in their first game by 1 point. So San Juan beefed up their roster. They added Marco Layon, Michael Calisaan, Marvin Taiwan, Jamar Hamito, Orlan Mamarkim back, Alvin Abundo's back also. So it was a loaded roster, really. And it was really a heated fight. First quarter, second quarter.
Sige. Kaya mo yan. Justify.
Tapos talagang, dami mga extracurricular talaga.
This is something I will say though. Ikaw yung nag-viral, ha? Good job ka dun. Ano ba yung sinabi mo? Poisonous? Parang ganun. Ano ba yun?
Spewing poisonous liquid out of his mouth. Wala na kasi yung masabi, bro. Parang whatever na lang, heat of the moment na lang for me. Kasi ang tagal nung LOL, di ba? So dami ko sinasabi talaga. Tapos putang ina. Pero alam mo, I'm really happy na si Coach Putit yung partner ko in that one. Kasi tarantado rin talaga yun eh. So talagang wala. I really enjoyed the coverage yesterday with him. And we were just really surprised because ano nangyari? So yun nga, ang dami na nagtitirahan. And then itong si Casajeros tsaka si Fuentes, talagang ilang beses na yan balikan.
Wait. So ang pinanood ko lang kasi the play prior. So parang nag-fake si parang nag-fake si Lordy. Tapos pagtaliko niya, binangga siya ni Fuentes ba?
Oo, parang ganun.
Yun lang nakita ko. So prior to that, talaga madami na.
Madami na.
Si Lordy pa puta. Si Lordy.
Alam mo naman si Lordy puta, di ba? So umpisa pa lang, pagpasok pa lang ni Lordy. Parang,
iba si Lordy, bro.
Engaging the crowd. Puta, akala mo wrestling star si Lordy.
Brad Lordy, bro. Mga si Lordy. Lordy, bro. Which, by the way, out of the court, napakabait na taong yan.
Bro, sobra.
Pero pare, yun yung ano niya. Yun yung calling card niya. Mon Mabayo siya.
Mon Mabayo. Parang Ron Denison, ganyan.
Yun, Calvin,
mga ganyan. When it happened pa, lumapit pa siya sa broadcast booth. Kita niyan?
Ginagano pa sa camera
nung una siya nga lumapit sa camera, akala ko, shit, parang baka yung sugat
sa
ba?
Tattoo. Akala ko yung tattoo eh.
Akala ko yung pinapakita lang yung tattoo. Putang ina, grabe.
Meron pala nung nag-focus.
Talaga, bro.
Nung nag-focus nakita bigla eh.
Kita. Tapos nung nakita yung replay, Coach Yung Garcia, dinuraan si Lordy Casajeros.
Tapos lumabas na sa lahat eh. Lahat. And
lumabas na.
We all know for news like this in the Philippines, especially on social media, si Hoop Junkie talaga yan. So, pag nilabas na ni Hoop Junkie yan,
wala na, tapos
nakalat na sa Pilipinas yan. Diba? Tapos, may potential pa yan ma-pick up ng international. So, medyo if I were an international media place or spot, I will take it. Kasi, kumukuha sa Pilipinas ang international
Oo. Alam naman ng buong mundo that the Philippines is a hotbed for basketball. And it's not every day that someone spits on you in a basketball game, much more so a coach.
Pare. Okay. First of all, Coach Yong, it sucks kasi mabait to si Coach Yong eh.
Bro, sobra. Very well respected.
Si Coach Yong. Pare, ito lang ang sasabihin ko. If there is a Sandy Arispacochaga in the UAP, there's a Coach Yong in the NCAA. One of the best. I'm not saying he's the only Coach Sandy, pero one of the best well-known assistant coaches. In all honesty, pwede siya mag-head coach eh. Magaling si Coach Yong. Tagal na ni Coach Yong, bro.
Tagal na.
So, Coach Yong, very well-respected coach. Up to yesterday kasi meron na atang mga bumabay respeto. Pero in all seriousness, Coach Yong, sobrang sarap kakwento. Pag mapuwang naglalaro sa NCAA, siya and si Coach Randy talaga nakakakwentuhan ko. Sobrang bait yan si Coach Yong. Sobrang galing mag-coach. Hindi ko lang talaga alam anong nadala ng emosyon.
For sure.
Kasi kung sinasabi mo that it was going on for a few minutes na or maybe longer than that na.
Yeah.
Medyo nandun sa point na he wanted to defend his player. I'm sure. Doon ang galing yon. Siguro he just made a bad decision.
Yeah. It was really a bad decision. It was a good intention. I understand that he's a coach. He's trying to stand up for his player.
Ako minura na lang sana niya.
Yun nga pare, sabi ko, ba't di mo na lang kinausap or yun nga, baka pwede mo pa mga murahin at least.
Alam mo bro, I know it's a lot, pero kung sinuntok niya, mas maano ko pa. Kasi at least sinuntok mo pare, di ba? No joke, bro. Sinuntok mo, tinulak mo or whatever. Mas ano pa yon, mas kumbaga hindi siya masama din.
Masama rin, but quote-unquote more acceptable.
Oo, hindi siya ilang ba ang dura accusations na meron sa atin? Dami na din eh.
Marami na ba?
Madami ng mga
I can't remember the last.
Sa Mikee TV, ang dami nagkwento ng dura eh. Pero ito kasi yung
Di ba yung kita talaga sa TV?
Iba yung kita talaga.
I can't remember the last time nakita sa TV. Bro, tangina. All I could say yesterday, ang dami nagtatanong sa akin in-game. Nagre-reply lang ako, pare, ito lang masasabi ko, galing ng cameraman.
Sobrang sumakto yung cameraman.
Bro, sobrang sakto.
Alam mo kung bakit?
Yung laway na lumabas doon sa bibig.
Alam mo kung bakit? Siguro bad. I'm not saying tama yung guys, huwag niyong i-crucify. Pero bad timing yung ginawa ni Coach. Kasi that was exactly the play after nagkatirahan sa kabila. Oo. So obviously, the cameraman na doon nakafocus. Kasi syempre, yun yung huli nangyari. So, safe yung other 8 players. Ang focus na kay Fuentes, tsaka kay Lordy. So dun sumakto. And the Dura move is obviously it will never be the right thing to do. But realistically, I'm a realist here. Okay, facts. It's happened before. Ang feeling ko lang, brother, ang nakakalimutan ng mga coaches or players from the dinosaur era, which kasama ko dun. Like, legit to. Like, tagal na natin nagbabasketball. Who are part of the early millennials and maybe the boomers, walang social media dati.
Mm-hmm.
That is something coaches, players need to keep in mind now. Iba na ngayon ang social media. Iba na ngayon ang klaro ng mga camera. Dati may magnifying glass pa, tapos pag may magnifying glass, hindi mo naman talaga kita yung Dura eh. Kita mo lang, medyo nag-action, pero you can't really say. Yung Pacquiao lang ni Meyerhofer, kung ngayon nangyari yun, makikita na hindi talaga Pacquiao, ganun lang talaga siya. Di ba? Yung ganun mga incident, yung sinuntok ni si Jens ba yun? Sinuntok ni Salva?
Oh.
Diba? Hindi mo masyado, kasi magnifying glass malabo eh. So I think that's one thing that, number one, wag ka na lang Dura, obviously. Pero, kung gagawa ka ng mga kalokohan, yun yung kailangan maalala ngayon. Iba ngayon ang, tsaka yung camera lang off a phone, kita mo na eh.
Oo.
So sobrang ganda na ng resolution eh. So, as much as I love Coach Yong, talaga nadala ng emotion si Coach.
Wala, mali talaga.
Mali talaga.
There's no place in our game for that. But
I will not...
Tama naman yung sinasabi mo, pare, na this is not the first time this has happened.
First time, puta.
Malas lang talaga siya, nakuwang-kuha sa camera.
Oh. I think, this is not the first time that it's happened, but this is the most kitang-kita that it's happened.
Oo, pare.
Kasi yung kay Terence yung nilagyan niya si Jeron sa kamay.
Oo,
hindi mo alam eh.
Hindi mo naman
kasi
alam.
Kasi 5 lang niya eh.
Oo.
Kasi Jeron na lang yung nag-react.
Talaga meron eh.
Oo, kasi nga hindi naman ganun kaganda yung mga natin eh, mga camera natin noon eh. Pero ngayon wala. Huli talaga. So, but yes, it was out of emotion. Yes, it was the worst thing that he could have done. But I will not, how do you say this? Itong incident na to, I will not look at Coach Yong because of this incident. I will not change the perception I have of Coach Yong and who he is, what he does, how good he does his job because of this. He may have, lahat ng tayo nagkakamali eh. Ako pare nung nakaganon siya at napansin na niyang, okay, talagang nakita na. Kita mo naman na yung remorse eh.
Bro, sobra.
Kita mo na yung pagsisisi niya na nadala ako dun. Kasi nakaganon na lang talaga siya. Alam niya, na, lalo na nung tumigil na yung laro, tapos nire-review na, alam na niya. So, this will not...
ng meme sa akin eh. That is the moment he knew.
Pare. I will not, when I see him, there will come a point na pagtatawanan na lang natin siguro. But right now, syempre, hintayin natin yung stipulations, hintayin natin yung mangyayari. But, you know, pag nakita ko siya, coach naman kasi. Ganun lang naman yan eh, di ba?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, you're right. I mean, can you really... Okay, sobrang lala talaga. The gravity, the magnitude of the incident, sobrang lala talaga. But can you really judge someone based on a singular action?
On one action? Are you really gonna say na hindi para dyan si Coach Yo? No.
Again, we reiterate, we're not condoning
we're not
condoning.
We're not condoning. Mali talaga.
But Coach Yong is watching this, mali
talaga. Pero Coach Yong, the person and the coach, yung ilang taon niyang binild because of that one, I don't think it's worth the babagsak natin si Coach Yong because no.
Wala. For me, I always believe that the good will always outweigh the bad.
Oo naman. And you know what's the funniest thing?
Hindi naman yung pinatay yung tao eh.
Sorry
to say.
Pero the funniest thing is, Lordy Caseros, knowing Lordy, baka pag nagkita pa sila ni Coach Yong, magtawanan yung dalawa.
Pare. Talaga.
Huwag tayo Lordy pa. Hindi naman personal. Alam mo anong magandang ginawa ni Lordy? Hindi naman niya inaway.
Hindi.
He just made sure na nakita tas na thrown out. Yun lang. But he didn't.
Bro, Yun lang naman talaga yung pakay niya eh. Kasi gusto niya maratel yung buong team.
The same way that if he did something, maybe not to the magnitude of a Dura, pero kung may tinira siya, ang gagawin lang din ng kabila ng San Juan, i-review nyo para ma-kick out na si Lord, thrown out si Lordy, yun lang. And then paglabas, di mo naman nakita ang nagalit si Lordy, patawa-tawa pa nga siya, parang, thrown out ka. Ganun lang naman si Lordy. So, hindi. It's sobrang sama. The action is super bad. But we're all gonna move on from this. I think meron lang siya suspension, I'm sure. I'm sure the MPBL will have a suspension over him. Pero, wala ba? Balik lang. Coach Randy, the usual eh. Ganyan si Coach Randy.
Wala pare. Bro, wala. Yung reaction ni Coach Randy.
Talaga si Coach Randy.
Usual stoic face.
Feeling ko yung itsura pa niya parang, tangay na naman, tatagal pa tayo dito. Mapupuyat lang tayo. No oras na. Wala. Coach Randy talaga, the best talaga. Nakaganon lang.
pero grabe rin talaga yung laro na yun, pare. It is not just that. Even after that, ang dami talaga mga extracurricular.
May tirahan talaga.
Dami, bro. Dami talaga.
Pero that's the MPBL, bro. It's never that.
And ako, talaga, as a basketball fan, yun talaga yung mismo eh. Yung, the excitement that a basketball game brings. The physicality. Of course, it's not right to be a dirty player. But, here and there, wala eh. That's the reality.
Bro, nakalaban ko na si Lordy. Alala ko to, pare. Sorry hindi ako nagyayabang. Pero, alala mo yung triple-double?
Oo.
Kalaban namin, I forget sino kalaban namin, pero nasa Batangas kami noon. Caloocan kalaban. The very next game, Laguna kalaban namin. Lordy. Putang na. Wala, bro. Magkaibigan kami ni Lordy, pero wala. Ang assignment niya noon, patay asa rin ako. Wala talaga, bro. So, even yung mga wala naman, biglang ibabanggayin ako ng ganun. But it was he never tried to injure me. He tried to get me out of my game, which was successful. He was successful yesterday kasi he got Coach Yong out of his game.
Yeah.
And Coach Yong is a big loss. Buti nanalo pa rin yung San Juan. Pero Coach Yong is a big loss to that bench. So, successful yung ginawa ni Coach.
Malakas lang talaga ng San Juan.
Malakas lang talaga yung San Juan. Pero yun yung assignment ni Lordy. And he never is personal. He's just
wala pare, he didn't.
Yun lang talaga. Yun yung dahilan ba't siya binabayaran. Yun na lang.
If you wanted to, tayo na pagsasapakin niya lahat yun.
Wala.
Wala, pare.
Tsaka bro, halatang-halata eh. Kasi once dumura si Coach Yong, hindi siya tumingin kay Coach Yong at nag-away. Tumalikod siya tagad. Tas, dumura. Ganun lang siya. In his head, naasar ko kayo. To the point na nandura ka.
1-0.
Thrown out ninyo. 1-0. Ganun lang. Wala bro eh. Kasi kung talagang away, hindi naman siya nakipag-away, bro eh. Hindi siya nakipag-away, bro. Kaya talagang masama yung ginawa, pero tuloy lang. Tuloy ang buhay. Wala. Magba-viral lang si Coach Yong. Coach Yong, abangan mo lang sarili mo kasi magba-viral ka. Pero at the end of the day, I'm sure hindi naman masyado nagso-social media si Coach Yong, so walang pakialam yan. Pero within the basketball industry and people who understand the game, hindi magbabago yung image ni Coach Yong. No. Wala yan.
Okay.
Anyway.
And that is that for last night's action in the MPBL. Okay. Balik na tayo sa PBA.
Okay. PBA na tayo. Alright. 38 minutes pa lang naman. Okay, PBA.
What team will we start with?
Okay, so yesterday we looked at the past, which is the MVP race, which by the way, nagkakagulo na naman ng mga tao. Again, you all have your own arguments. You all have merong mga nagwe-weigh sa wins, merong mga nagwe-weigh like us, impact, value, stats. Iba-iba naman yan eh. So, again, it's something that, we just move on from the conversation.
Yeah. Thank you to Barangay Nebra San Miguel
medyo nagagalit na naman sa atin yung Barangay
Nebra. Salamat.
Which in-expect naman natin. Natin.
Pero salamat sa panonood.
Salamat sa panonood po at salamat na kumbaga our opinions mean something. Yes. Again, that is a blessing. That's not something we run from.
No, but props to them because hindi naman natin tayo inatake.
Hindi. Fairness,
they
just disagree with
nila. Yeah, sabi nila, we respectfully disagree. And
okay sa akin yun.
That is what we want.
Sobrang salamat. That is the reason why we do this. Para may kwentong inuman. Sali kayo sa inuman, kwentuhan tayo. Pag nag-iinuman naman, nagkwentuhan. Lagi ba tayo mag-agree? Hindi. So, I love it. Thank you very much sa lahat na sumusuporta sa Barangay Ginebra. Barangay Ginebra.
Oh, Barangay Ginebra.
Mahal na mahal namin kayo. Page. Naman. Si boss pa.
At the end of the day, we all just want good basketball.
Oh, bro. At saka, ito yun eh. We're very objective. Kasi, kung hindi kami objective, ito totoo lang kung hindi tayo objective, straight up magsa-Scottie Thompson tayo. If we want the good reception, Scottie tayo. Matt, may titira ba sa atin kung may mag-disagree ba kung mag-Scottie tayo? Meron pang Northport
kung Scottie tayo.
Oo nga. So, very objective. It was never, I think ang ayaw lang nila, which is yung ginawa ni Idol Homer months ago, was masyadong inano naman si Brownlee, di ba? Mali naman yun. Sa atin naman, very objective. Sinasabi naman namin, Scottie. Wala. So, if you disagree with our take that we went Bolik, may mga nakikita naman ako nag-Bolik eh. May mga nakikita ako nag-Mikee.
Yes.
May mga nakikita ako nag-ano. So, ako lang technically, we just don't look at, hindi naman talunan si Bolik eh.
Hindi nga.
Parang pag binabato yung you have to have wins. Talunan ba si Bolik? Kada nga nandun si Bolik, nagiging relevant yung NP eh.
Yun nga eh. They're looking at it nga na hindi kasi siya nanalo ng championship.
Hindi naman siya talunan. Kumbaga, hindi lang nananalo. But si Damian Lillard, di na nananalo. Diba? So, hindi lang nag-champion. Pero, hindi naman sila natatalo, pare, na buti kung bottom of the stand, lumalaban naman sila. Talaga mas malakas lang ibang teams. And, again, the value of Robert Bolick, nandun. Pag nandun siya, contender sila quarter semis. Kung hindi, wala. Cellar-dweller yung Northport. Okay.
So, may nag-mention rin yesterday na parang Westbrook nga nung sa OKC. Yun nga,
sinabi ko. Exactly. Yun yung sinabi ni Javi. Exactly. Without him, ito na lang. Hindi magcha-champion with him kasi kulang talaga yung team nila eh. Diba? Kulang talaga. But if he does win the chip, wala tayong masasabi. Pero right now, kulang. But,
kulang sila.
From irrelevant to relevant pag nandun si Bolick. Yun lang yun. Okay. So since we look back there, ngayon we're moving forward. So our first thing is, for each team, hindi na namin sasabihin yung mga lineup, guys. Kaya nyo nang i-search yun. Pero like for each team, what is the one thing that we're looking forward to? So we have yours and then mine. Let's start. Let's go standing. Do you have the standings?
Sige.
So B-Watts.
Standings. Okay, B-Watts. All right. You know, for them, it's just for me, with Coach Ariel Vanguardia at the helm, he really wants this team to be just competitive. He's not expecting lofty goals for his squad. What he wants for this team is just to compete. Because for the longest time, with that losing streak, Blackwater was just a doormat in the PBA.
Yeah.
He wants to change the narrative. And the first step in changing that narrative, of course, you can't expect them to reach the playoffs right away. Step by step yan. You cannot put them in a position where they are not familiar with.
Hindi. Muna.
Parang same what happened to UP. They went to the process. Now, they rounded it up with the championship. Ganun lang. Yeah. Go through the process. And the first step is to be relevant, to be competitive. And with the addition of Brandon Yanuel's roster, that is a good step for them.
They had a one win in their last game of the elimination round. Last game yun, di ba? Against Magnolia. They had one win. So, looking into this season, it's how will they build off of that? Because they finished the season with a win. Ibig sabihin yung kumpiyansa nila, kahit paano nandun, nanalo sila sa Tokay Text ng tune-up nila. I don't know the other tune-up games nila. But I did ask Coach Ariel, inasar ko siya nung nasa draft kami. Coach, huwag may titrade yan ha. Inasar ko siya. Pasaran lang. Sabi, hindi, bawal. Bawal mag-trade. Walang trade ngayon. So, ang nakita ko kay Coach Ariel, which is no shot at the past coaches. He's very, I don't know though if he is in control, di ba? Kasi ano siya eh.
He is. I think he's also the head of basketball operations. Parang, tsaka dati parang di ba siya yung governor?
I'm not so sure. Pero like, he's just not the head coach. Yun na lang.
Management.
Hindi lang siya head coach. And if they don't trade BGR, it means they're really serious in competing now.
Yeah.
So, yun. Tama naman. Yun yung yun yung look forward natin ngayon sa Blackwater is, will you let this team blossom nang wala kang iti-trade? Or kung magti-trade ka man, to really palakasin mo yung team mo, hindi yung puro gwardya. Diba? So, itong team na to, tapos with the addition of, sino mga pumasok na big man? Taha?
Yes, ay, Taha. And,
Taha ba? Oo, kasi kay Lohera. Tama, Taha. Tapos, may isa pa.
James Sena is back.
James Sena, Publico.
Pre-Publico, yes.
Pre-Publico. So, they're building something there. And tama ka dun. They just want to compete. Actually, even the fans, even us, them competing will be enough.
Yeah.
Pasayahin nyo yung games. Huwag tambakan. In the end, malay mo makasilat kayo, pero that is more than enough. Just be respected. Just reach a point that the other team, pag kalaban kayo, kunyari, Monday ngayon, sino kalaban natin sa Thursday? Blackwater. Hindi. Okay.
Hindi yung isipin nila na, okay,
parang UP dati, parang kami. Parang kami, nagiinom pa sila bago maglaro. Di ba? The night before the game, nagiinom sila doon. Pero like, yun lang. Okay na yun. And then tama ka. It's a great point that you brought up UP because now, it's like, oh, UP ang galing. But during that time, ganito rin kami na parang, laughing stock.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
It's a process. They had one. Ito, malay mo may one again, 2, 3, maybe 4. Malay natin. So, I think what we're looking forward for Blackwater is, will they compete and will they give this lineup a chance to really show what they can do without trading away, players. Okay.
Right. All right, up next, Terra Firma. They were 2-9 last conference.
Terra.
Okay, for Terra, they know how it feels to go into the playoffs. They did it already. Right now, for them, the challenge is to be consistent. How are they gonna do that on a consistent basis with the lineup that they have? I understand that the scenarios, the situations didn't really favor them in the last conference with the injuries to Cabagnot, etc. But right now, they've been adding pieces, and really it is a young crew. They have a lot of these players have chips on their shoulders. Brian Enriquez, Javi Gomez de Llano. Say what you want about Javi going to Japan. It wasn't a successful stint, but yes, he has the confidence coming from there. But obviously, he wants to show what he can really do here in front of the home fans. So really right now, the challenge for Terra Firma is to be consistent.
Ako pare, Terra Firma, honestly, I just want to see Wami, Monzon, Javi, sino ko? Isaac Go. I think Isaac should be the 4. And then maybe Gabayni at the 5. Tama?
That I just want to see really more his natural position.
Legit, I just want to see the big 3. I want to see Wami, Monzon, Javi. I want to see how this big 3 will work. This is a big 3. Wala pa si Alex eh. But when Alex comes back, eto lalo na. Sino ba yung mga bench? Sina Calvo,
JP Calvo,
Kahilig. So, you have a big 3 and then you have a solid bench. So, bro, like, Terra Firma, I'm not even kidding, man. I'm watching that first game. I don't know, sino ba first game? May schedule
na ba?
Oh, may schedule na lumabas eh. But like, bro, I want to see Wami, Javi, and Monzon, bro. Tangin ng tibay nun, pare. And what I like about this 3 is they're very, they should complement each other. Because Javi's not a ball-dominant guy. Monzon is more of a open court guy. Wami is the half-court skillful guy. So, yung strengths nila are very different. So, gagana to kung papaganahin nila.
And Wami has really matured here in the PBA to know that he cannot just, have the ball to himself. If he wants to win, I'm sure he's tired of just being at the bottom of the standings because obviously this guy came from Ateneo, a culture of winning. Ayaw niya naman na mataint na yung career niya any further with more losing. Now that he has pieces that can actually lift his team up, I'm sure that he's looking to share the wealth with Bunzon, with Javi, and all the other guys.
Wala na siya sa prove himself as a player.
Wala na, bro. He has proven himself.
Wala na, one of the best point guards in the league.
Oh.
Nandun na siya sa, can you lead this team?
Yes.
Can you win?
That's right. That is the natural progression in his career.
Na siya. So nandun na siya, and respect that. Monzon is in the, yo, are you a bust?
Yeah,
kasi
tama.
first pick ka, hindi ka masyado last year, so he's gonna have to show out. The same as Javi. He's gonna have to show out because a lot of people are like, tangin na yung trade na yan. No, Javi will be the one to say, hindi, panalong terra firma sa trade. So, yung tatlong yan, pare. Tapos babalik si, and Alex, you know what? Alex may not be on the floor, but Alex is on the bench. Yes. So Alex is gonna have a big effect on this team along with Coach John, Ronald Tubid. Ako pare, can we agree one of the more exciting teams in the league? I think
this team is gonna be like, sorry to compare so much to the UAP, but this team is gonna be like an NU or an Adamson. They are gonna pull off surprises.
Adamson, bro. Yung parang exciting lang manood. Manalo matalo.
Sarap lang panoorin.
FEU. Gano'n lang. Kasi RJ, may RJ
exactly.
ka. Yeah. May RJ ka, may Jerome ka in Wami, and then you have pieces around him. Masaya lang panoorin yan sigurado. So, yeah, tama ka dun. Okay.
All right, next up, Rain or Shine, Elasto Painters, reeling from the loss of a JV Mocon.
But, sino pumasok? Mamuyak,
Sean,
Ron J. Ay, Ron, ano?
Si
Jonard
Clarito.
Ron J. Jonard Clarito. Uy, puta, magaling yung bata. Okay.
This is a ragtag team.
What does that mean? Sorry. Red tag lang.
Parang mga ano sila. They're a bunch of young guys who are really, just really very aggressive.
Okay.
Want to show out.
Okay.
Talagang mga young guns.
Ako pare. Sige, ikaw. Rain or Shine.
Rain or Shine. Same siguro with the comparison to an FEU, an Adamson, or an NU. But they're not as strong as Terra Firma. But obviously, they will also pull off surprises because of their youth, because of the want to prove themselves.
Yeah.
I just don't see them going far
with this roster. Especially na wala pa si...
Oo. But this is definitely a roster that Chris Gavina
ito talaga gusto niya to.
Work. Gusto niya to. Kasi this really complements his style. Oo. Na talagang pressure tayo, ganyan, aggressive on defense.
6 to 11 nga daw ang practice niyan. 6 to 12 eh.
6 to 11?
Ganun. 6 to 11, 7 to 12. Ganun. With Rain or Shine.
Yeah, pala di ko na nakikita si Anton.
Wala na, bro. I believe with Rain or Shine, gone are the days na sino lang ang natira? Totoo. Bo,
Gabe,
Mark Borboran. Jaire, ano na? Boss na si Jaire.
Manager na eh.
Boss Jaire na siya. So nung nakita ko siya, boss! Ganun ang tawag sa kanya. Okay. The biggest question is, yes, they have the young pieces. Ako, honestly, with all due respect to Kuya Bo, Kuya Gabe, and Kuya Mark, alam ko sila din, alam nila, medyo tayo na lang yung natira dun sa Coach Yeng team. Medyo pinapasa na nila yan dun sa mga bata. Kayo na yan. Diba? Sila, guide na lang sila. Now, the biggest question is, yes, exciting, puro bata, Coach Chris, medyo very energetic coach, very passionate. Pupuyat yan para lang mag-aral naman kung ano-ano. The biggest question is, will that be enough to win in the pros? Because you're going from a very cerebral team. The Coach Yeng led team. That was a very cerebral team. Very vets. Kumbaga, we're not the hardest workers, but we're gonna work smart. Pare, di ba? Chris Chu, mukha bang hard work? Pag naglalaro, parang hindi pinapawisan, parang fresh na fresh eh. Di ba? T.Y. Tang, di ba? Paul Lee eh. Alam naman natin si Paul Lee, pag dumepensa, tayo-tayo lang, pero alam kung kailan susugal. So, they're going from that to a young, energetic, pressing team, depensa, ganyan. Yun yung question ko dyan, watching this season. Is it gonna work? I mean, yeah, it may work first quarter, second quarter, magugulat yung kalaban, naputang babata ng team na to, talagang takbuhan. Pero will it work? Pagdating sa crunch time.
We've seen a lot of these teams in the same
Alex.
mold.
Kay Coach Alex dati. Sa Alaska, kung may press sila, nagulat lahat. Pero nung nabasa na nila, tinatalo na nila Alaska ng bandang huli.
Kasi nothing really trumps experience and IQ at this level.
At this level talaga, bro.
Even though you are at the tip-top shape, you are aggressive and everything, nothing trumps experience.
Iba yung this level. So,
at the pro level.
At the pro level, it's different. Yun nga.
In college, obviously,
in college kaya. Ubra yan in college.
Sobrang kaya.
Tsaka sa mid-pro. Mid-pro,
baka pwede pa. Mid-pro, borderline pwede pa.
Pero pagdating ng mga LA Tenorio, Jason Castro, kumbaga nandun ako sa, okay, it sounds enticing. Puro bata, Coach Chris. Lalagyan mo ng 3 veterano na napakagaling, kumadaming alam sa basketball. But is it gonna work? Because when you get to the pros, it's not about working hard. Eh. I'm sorry, people don't take it the wrong way when I say that. It's not about working hard. Ask anyone. Ask all the vets. It's not about working hard, bro. It's about working smart. It's about knowing when. Hindi na yan. Nakita niyo ba si LA buong season, chillax lang. Pero pagdating ng Game 6, close-out game, 30. So it's not about working hard. It's about working smart. So, itong rain or shine, from the outside looking in, it looks like a work-hard team.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if it's gonna work. Yun lang yun.
Yeah. And we're talking about their energy, right? So now the challenge for them is, how can Coach Chris channel that energy in the proper manner in the PBA?
Hindi lang yung para makikiti-kiti.
Ta-ta-ta-ta-ta.
Kasi puro bata eh. Baka bigla magkiti-kiti lahat, di ba? Yun yung kaya hindi masyadong maganda yung Bo Belga dun sa team. Bo, very cerebral, bro. Very, basa-basa lang. Hando, pick and roll, ganyan. Ang middle niyan si Ray eh. Si Ray and JV. Nawala pa yung JV. Si JV and Ray kasi bata pero medyo yung utak, pro na. Ako na-expect ko yung mga bata talaga. Sila Sean, pag sinabi ni Coach Chris, pressure. Pressure si Sean tsaka si Mamuyak sigurado, bro. So, medyo kailangan na medyo may work smart part din, which you can't blame the young ones eh. Kaya nga, you're not gonna blame the young ones. Ang question is, ano yung mentality na magiging majority? Yung cerebral o yung work hard? So, it's gonna be, pero may right mix. Sana manap nila yung right mix. So, exciting pa din naman. We'll see what happens.
All right. Next up, Northport, Batang Pierre. This team will go as far as Berto takes them.
Simple
as that.
Move from
being just at the middle of the pack.
Can Bolick lead this team? Yun lang.
That's it. That's how simple it is.
Facts. We've seen him get the stats. We've seen him do triple doubles. We've seen him score 30. We've seen him, stats-wise, individually, wala tayong masabi niyan. Ano ba naging shot sa kanya last season? Pag crunch time na or pag kailangan na manalo, he makes wrong decisions. Okay, I don't want to say wrong decisions. He makes decisions that don't work. Okay, it's not a right or wrong decision. It's a decision he made, siya top highest paid. We live with that. But those decisions usually hindi tumutugma. So yun yung question niya. Can he lead this team the way he led San Beda? Kasi pare may laman to eh.
Meron. It has the pieces,
may laman
definitely.
To, bro. May laman. And
they may be like a big man short. Obviously, they have
may center. Kailangan nila ng sentro, bro.
They need a center.
Pare, yun ang magiging butas nila. Grabe daw talaga, bro. Wala daw talaga sentro. Si JM Calma daw ang sentro.
Utang ina!
Pare, legit. Just when JM Calma was was improving from the outside. Kasi ang utak ni JM nung kausap ko siya sa NC, Kuya,
win siya.
Sa pro, baka hindi ako pwede mag-5 doon. Lalaki ng mga... Bigla yun, 5 pare. 5 siya bro, wala na. Wala naman si Arwin. Hindi naman. Kung makikipagpanggaan na lang na, yung bata na lagay mo, wag naman yung 42. Wag naman. I-preserve natin si Arwin, di ba? So wala. Kailangan nila ng big man. Pero, yeah, I think that's the one thing. Can they live without a big? Swerte na lang, malas pa actually na walang import ngayon. Kasi kung may import, is makakuha ka na malaki. Ngayon, all Filipino, bro, can they survive without a big? Actually, hindi yun na lang. Feeling ko yun na lang.
So those are the two narratives. Can Berto lead them? But much more, can they survive without
a big? Kasi hindi naman pwede mag-5 si Berto. So hindi ko rin masisisi si Berto pag talaga out-rebounded, pag dumadrive siya, wala siya madrop pasan kasi wala big man eh. So, yeah, they need to find the big. When they find the big, then we can put the pressure on Berto. Pero as of now, parang hindi ko rin pala mabigay kay Berto kasi wala kang 5. Wala kang 5, bro. Tapos kalaban mo, Poy Eram, Ian Sanggalang, Raymond Almazan, Tautua, Junmar. Mahirap. Yun na lang. Yun ang storyline ng Northport.
Ewan ko. Ito lang talaga 5 nila, si Troy Reich, na hindi naman rin
naman 5. Uy, 4 din yan eh.
Si Jerby, 4 rin to.
Wala sila 5, bro. So, especially in an all-Filipino conference, you need a 5. Diba? So, yun na lang. Wag na muna si Berto. Yun na lang. Can they survive without a big man? Without a legitimate 5? Sobra, bro.
Okay, moving on. Phoenix Fuel Masters.
How long will Matthew Wright be there?
He said he will play out the remaining part of his contract, which is 3 months.
So, pasok yung All-Filipino?
Pasok.
Kasi hanggang September 5 ata yung All-Filipino.
Ganun lang kabilis. Okay. Sige.
June to September, 3 months. June, July, August, September.
Okay.
Hindi, 3 months. 3 months.
Okay, sige. So kaya naman. Phoenix can stay afloat in the All-Filipino. Naturally, if you don't have Matthew Wright there, he's the face of franchise.
Mahirapan ka, bro. Mahirapan talaga. So, at least looking forward to this conference. They have Matthew. Matthew's very professional. Lalaro yan. I'm excited for Encho. I'm excited for Tyler. But, yun nga, can Phoenix take the next step? Because I feel like kumpleto sila, bro. Kumpleto sila. They have talent. Jason Perkins.
Yeah, actually, they do have talent.
Si Porter nasa kanila. Ito big man nila. Wala si Justin eh. So, sino big man nila? Muyang. Can he take the next step?
Chris Lalata is there.
You know what? With Phoenix, it's always, they have the talent. They have great coaching staff. They have a culture over there. Can they translate to wins? Yun lang. But they are winning naman. Umabot silang quarters tong last conference. I'm just saying, like, can they take the next step and compete with the big boys? Because, bro, matindi lineup, magandang kultura, coaches, Coach Topex, di ba? So, can they just take the next step? That's what, yun yung aabangan natin. Are they gonna go from middle of the pack to barge into the semifinals, top 4? Yun na lang tanong dyan sa Phoenix.
Okay, all right. Moving on. Ito, Converge. They only have 13 men on their roster so far.
Tsaka puro bata. Ako excited ako sa team na to kasi ito yung literal na puro bata. Mas bata pa to sa Rain or Shine, bro.
Oo.
Yung picture lang nila parang all-star ng UAAP NCAA eh. Pinakamatanda na ata nila si Jeron eh.
Oo, si Mike, si
Jeron. Pero same yun, si De Gregorio. Yun na yung mga matatanda,
tama.
bro.
Yun na yung mga veterano.
Yun na yung mga veterano. Tapos pumasok si Ilagan, Stockton, Bulanadi, Morel, Adamos, Arana, Ambohot. Bro, all-star, college all-stars. No joke. College all-stars. And I'm very excited also for this. The same way that I am excited for the same way sa Rain or Shine. The difference lang is si Coach Jeff to.
Oo.
So si Coach Jeff,
this team,
veterano.
Oo, veterano. And
tuturuan niya yan.
the veterans on this team are veteran na talaga mag-isip, na talagang they know how to maneuver themselves in the pro game. So it will be interesting to see how they can influence the young guys to acclimate themselves.
Alam mo ito. Since we brought up, parang feeling ko same boat yung Converge saka
Rain or Shine.
Yung Rain or Shine, puro bata, the same as Converge. Pero yung disparity ng vets ng Rain or Shine, ang layo.
Layo.
Diba? Ito na si Gabe, Bo, Mark Purboran. Tapos sa gitna lang nila yung mga Ray, pero mostly nandito. So ang layo. Sa Converge, sorry, I was gonna say Alaska. Sa Converge, yung vets nila, sino yung vets nila dyan?
Jeron, Kevin Racal, Mike De Gregorio. Relatively mga bata pa yan.
So yun yung difference. So yeah, I think that's the biggest thing. Dito ang layo eh. Kumbaga, yung mga pumapasok ng mga bago sa Rain or Shine, idol na nila si Gabe. At saka si Bo. Idol, Mark Borboran. Mga pinaparod namin kayo nung grade school kami. No joke. Ganun talaga.
Kasi these guys, you could say, already borderline legends na rin yung mga yan.
Oo naman, Gilas legend na yung mga yan eh. Dito, nakalaban pa nila kahit papano si Jeron.
I'm waiting for them to retire. Yun na lang.
Oh, actually. Hinihintay mo na lang sila hopefully get a couple a championship maybe. Pero patapos na. Ito, sina Jeron, nandun pa sila sa papunta pa lang kami. Kahit anong mga. So, I think mas cohesive yung Converge. Kasi talagang lahat sila. Dito kasi medyo may disparity.
Meron.
Tapos yung coach pa dito, mas veterano. Si Coach Chris, medyo, amin na natin, medyo one of the, is he the newest coach? Oh, I think he is. The least experienced coach. Oh, the least experienced coach. Given na yun.
He is.
That's not a shot at him. Given na yun. So, yun. Feeling ko ako for Rain or Shine, trade ko na.
Yung mga veterano?
Trade ko na. And I'm sure even the vets would want that. In all honesty. Trade ko
for someone younger.
Younger, Tapos yung mga vet mapupunta pa sa team na mga veterano. So, magiging masaya pa yon. At siyempre, yung laro, hindi takbuhan. Kumbaga, lagay mo sa triangle si Bo Belga, di ba? Ako, trade ko.
I'm sure he never would want him.
Meron kang parang bagong Joe Devans. May bago kang Joe Devans, di ba? Ako lang, trade ko na. I mean, barring any contract things, kasi syempre alam naman natin yung mga payment, yung mga kontrata, mahirap yan. Pero like, as a basketball team, ako I'll trade. Kasi what Converge did was full-on bata. Ito parang ano pa to eh, confused. Parang you need to use Gabe. You need to use Bo. Pero ano ba? Diba?
Kasi alangan you leave them on the bench, which I'm sure Coach Chris is not gonna do.
Pwede. So, parang i-trade ko na kaya sa mga...
He will find ways for them to be involved in the offense. Pero you're right.
Si Alaska, si Converge, tinrade na si JV. He went young. Ito full-on young.
They were really looking to go in that direction.
Ito parang confused pa eh. But then again, hindi ko nga alam kasi yung mga contract things eh. So baka nga kaya hindi rin nila matrade. Hindi ko alam. I don't know. I'm just looking at it on one perspective, which is basketball. So, yun.
Ito naman for Converge, dahil wala silang veteranong big man, I'm very excited and intrigued to see how fast J.O. Ambohot and Justin Arana will adjust to the PBA game.
Alam mo, nag-future moves for the future na tong Converge. Kasi pinakawalan si Taha.
Wala na si
Taha. Yun na lang yung veterano mong big man eh.
Si Abu, di pa nagsasign.
So biglang...
Wala na rin si Faundo.
Parang feeling ko biglang 48. So 24 minutes each eh, no? Ang Bohot Arana. Wala. Tapos Adamos pa. Mga bata na talaga, bro. So talagang kita mo lang yung
NCAA takeover.
Pare. Mas defined yung moves ni Converge. Na alam mong ito na yung direction. Yung Rain or Shine, for the longest time, hihintay natin i-trade si Papa Bo eh. Parang hindi pa din eh. Diba? But yeah.
All right. That is it for Converge. Moving on. Barangay Ginebra. I mean, did we say more?
With Barangay Ginebra, alam mo, every year na lang, nandun ako sa Siyempre, alam ko semis, finals, gets na yan. The rotation becomes shorter.
Yeah.
Pero coming into the season, every year, nandun ako ito na ba yung taon na gagamitan na ni Coach Tim si Salado? Kumbaga, i-ready na ba niya yung mga bata? Ito na ba yung taon? Gets ko yung semis, finals. Pero yung regular season, ito na ba yung taon na i-ready na niya yung mga next generation of Gene Kings? Or majority pa rin ba ng minuto dito sa mga matatanda?
And as you're saying that, I'm trying to think of when he was able to handle a team. Lagi naman parati siyang loaded with vets sa roster niya. When he was with Alaska, when he was with
gumamit siya ng bata.
Kailan ba siya
nag-changing
of the guard?
LA, sa Alaska. Diba nung nakuha niya si LA, biglang binigyan niya ng kumpiyansa. Si Mike kasi dati yun, di ba? Mike Cortez.
Oo, si Mike Cortez.
So ano talaga? Okay. Ako, I'm waiting for Salado to get burned. Honestly.
Yeah, because I'm sure he's just raring to go, bro.
And bro, parang mapahinga naman si LA kahit during the season.
Yeah.
Parang even during the season, 40 minutes nilalaro, 35. Yeah. I mean, obviously magaling pa din. Pero magaling pa din, given yun. Pero like, I'm sure even LA would love to,
take a backseat.
20 minutes muna tayo, 25. Wala namang bonus yung... Hindi na tinitignan ni LA yung per game bonus. Hindi na tinitignan niya entering, tsaka champion bonus. Yun lang tinitignan ni LA. Ano ba entering? Ano yung per game bonus? Yan ang gagawin niya doon. Panggas lang niya yun.
Pang-grocery niya lang yun.
Pang-grocery. Baka hindi pa kaya yung grocery nila sa laki ng bahay ni LA tsaka ni ate. Wala yun, bro. Ano lang yun? Panggas niya yung...
Panggas sa mga kotse nila.
Sa mga kotse nila. O
sa motor niya.
Sa motor niya, Brad. Wala yun. So, doon siya sa entering tsaka sa championship bonus. So, at saka pare, the return of Stanley Pringle.
Ayun. This will be the intriguing.
Abangan natin yan, bro. The return.
Can he be his old explosive self?
Ako, feeling ko sa tagal
will he tone down?
Will he tone down ng konti? But then again, it's still connected to, will this be the year na medyo ipe-prepare mo na yung next batch? Or will you still... Well, either way naman, they're gonna win. Either way, they're gonna win.
They're always a favorite naman.
Oo naman. So,
okay, about Barangay
Coach Tim. Ako, never tayo... If he does go that route na i-hone na niya yung mga bata, we will agree with Coach Tim. If he goes to the regular, ito pa din, I will still agree with Coach Tim. Whatever Coach Tim does, that is the right thing to do. Okay, good job, Coach Tim.
I don't think he has a reason to this kind of stature.
Yeah,
not making the right decisions.
Unang-una, hindi nakikinig yan si Coach Tim sa atin. Ang pakialam ko sa inyong dalawa. Ilan na ba championship?
Sino ba kayo, puta?
Sino ba kayo?
I'm the winningest coach in PBA history, bitch.
Brad, isa siya sa mga, nung nakita ko sa draft talaga, Coach. Kulang na lang, halikan ko yung kamay, puta. Okay, moving on.
Okay, next. San Miguel Beer.
Puta, will it work?
Yan lang naman parati yun eh. Every year, will it work? The loaded roster, will it work?
The loaded roster, bro. Tsaka puro... Bro, ito yung biggest difference between... People are saying, yung Death 5 nga, napagana nila. Hindi, guys.
Hindi, iba. Iba kasi yung Death 5.
Defined kasi, yung role nung Death 5.
Yes.
Defined. Chris Ross was Depensa Facilitate.
Yeah,
Marshall was
the snake.
Depensa Shoot. Alex was Create. Arwin, Depensa, tira sa labas, complement Junmar ilalim. That's it.
Ito, ngayon, puta.
Puro isolation.
Kulang isang bola eh.
Literal, bro. Like, CJ can isolate. Terrence can isolate.
Obviously.
Vic Manuel can isolate.
Isa pa yan.
Bro, sobrang wild yung San Miguel. Talent is there. Given yon.
No doubt.
This is the most talented team in the league. By far. Can we agree?
Yeah, bro, I'm sure.
Most talented team in the league, bro. But can they
San
make
Miguel really pulled all the strings.
Lahat, bro.
To have their crown jewel.
Jericho.
Be the best team. Oh, may putang ina, may Jericho pa pala.
May Simon ka pa. Third point guard mo, Simon Enciso, bro.
Which I really am I feel bad for Simon. I hope he just to
you won't feel bad kung kita mo yung bank account niya ngayon. Di ba? Tapos wingman nila. Di ba inasar ko si Coach, ano niyan? Si Coach Leo. Puta, kompleto din yung wingman. Kompleto din yung big man.
Lahat, bro. Position by position.
Wala.
They are loaded.
Pare, alam mo kung sino pa nakalimutan ko dun sa inaasar ko si Coach Leo? Si Paul Samar pa. Puta, magaling din yung hayop na yun. Wala talaga. Like, with San Miguel, no question, the most talented team. Piece by piece. Pound for pound. Yeah. But, can they make it work? That is the ultimate question this year. Especially all Filipino. They should be able to dominate this looking at their lineup. Kung all Filipino pinag-uusapan hindi ka kakainin ng import. Ang import kasi game changer yan. All Filipino, dapat ikaw.
And also, another question that is waiting to be answered for San Miguel is, will Junmar finally be back to his dominant ways? We saw how he played in this game.
Hindi siya injury. Hindi lang na siya yung focal point. So, yun, tama ka doon. Will they go back to making Junmar the focal point? Because during the Death 5, he was the focal point. Everyone played based on Junmar.
Everybody else were just compliments to the piece.
Hinahanap nila kung saan sila maging effective based on Junmar. Kaya nga 6-time MVP. So ngayon, it's not if Junmar is in shape. Junmar is in excellent shape. Shout out to Coach Aldo Pandilio. Kita naman natin sa SEA Games eh. It's will they go back to making him the focal point? So yun ang aabangan natin this year.
Okay, all right. Next up is Meralco.
May Meralco pa.
Meralco Bolts went into the finals last conference.
Parang forever. I think, forever. Parang forever will they take the next? Will they win a chip? Forever.
Tsaka, be having Coach Norman at the helm, you're always expecting na with his resume, also not just coaching in the UAP, obviously one of the Grand Slam coaches in the PBA and one of the winningest coaches in the league, you're expecting him to bring this team to the promised land eventually. He had a lot of chances, including last conference, but still wasn't able to pull through. Always na lang na napuputol parati yung momentum nila eh.
Ano talaga, nandun na sa point na yun na lang inaabangan mo sa Meralco. Can they win a chip? And historically, although maganda yung ginawa nila last conference sa All Filipino, historically though, medyo nagsistruggle sila ng All Filipino.
So All Filipino lagi sila struggle. Because it's always import spice sila nagka-finals.
Laging may Durham, tas ito nung huli. So yeah, that's basically it. You just wait and see if Meralco can finally barge into that championship.
Yeah. Okay. Next, last three. TNT.
Puta, tatlo pa ba to?
Tatlo pa, bro.
Sige, pabilisin natin. TNT.
Okay, sige.
Babalik pa si Mikee.
Yeah, that's a biggest question.
Yun lang ang tanong sa TNT, bro. Babalik pa si Mikee. Because if Mikee doesn't come back, ang laking blow nito, grabe.
It will be a gaping hole in their teeth.
Ibig sabihin, si Jason, dadagdagan mo na yung minuto ulit.
Wala silang choice.
Kib will have a bigger role.
Although he is on the official roster.
Pero wala, nasa States pa. Hindi pa nag-ensayo sa kanila. And opening is already on Sunday. I don't know. So that is the ultimate question for TNT. When will Mikee return? Because you cannot gauge this team without Mikee.
Yeah, kasi tama ka. You cannot put all the burden on Jason Castro's shoulders. Pogoy is not a go-to guy.
Nope.
Who else? Wala. Ryan
Wala
Reyes
silang
also
ball dominant.
Wala.
Kailangan nila ng Ray Parks. Ray Parks, Mikey Williams.
Wala na sila yung give me the ball and get out of the way.
Yeah, it used to be Jason, but you can't expect that from Jason every game.
All season.
Mahirap na. You need someone. So, this may be the year that they will have to work together more. Especially until Mikee returns or if Mikee will return.
Mikee return.
Diba? So, we can't gauge this right now. I don't think we're even gonna... I don't think this is the time where... I don't even think they would be the 10th team we're talking about if not for Mikee Williams.
Yeah.
They would be lower than this without Mikee. So, yeah. Will Mikee return? Yun lang.
All right, next up. And Lex.
Kiefer.
Will Kiefer.
Lalaro ba si Kiefer?
Play.
Will Kiefer play? Abangan din natin si Lex. Will Kiefer play? Yun. Because if Kiefer plays, and then with the success they had the past, this is a totally different. Aufana is healthy.
Yeah.
Justin Chua has gotten his rhythm already with NLEX. Will Kiefer play?
Larry Fonasher is back.
Larry's back. Matt Nieto.
Kevin Alas is playing
Kevin Alas, obviously. JR Kinyahan, Fountain of Youth. Di ba? Yun na yun. Will Kiefer complete the puzzle? Because if Kiefer comes back, ay naku po. Sana maglaro, please. Gusto ko siya mapanood.
Please. Nakakamiss panoorin si Kiefer dito.
Hindi ko rin siya masyadong naano nung SEA Games. Ito gusto ko dito. Live. Mapanood na live.
Ito talaga live. Bro, kasi he is a master painter.
Pare.
Painting his piece on the court.
Bro. Gusto ko siya ma-cover. I mean, mapanood. Okay, next.
Tapusin na natin ito. Magnolia.
Magnolia, ano pa ba? Puta na. Championship. Can they win a chip? Yun na yung Magnolia, bro. Kasi top team sila sa elimination palagi. Lalo na pa bro. Can we agree that right after San Miguel, it's Magnolia?
Yeah.
Talent-wise, guys. Talent-wise, sorry. Talent-wise. After San Miguel, it's Magnolia.
Hindi, I can't agree.
Ako nga, no. I mean talent-wise. Talent-wise, lamang si San Miguel. Pero, yung talent ng Magnolia, sino lalagay mo next?
Ginebra ako.
Talaga?
Oo.
Barring the point of their careers, Hindi basta, obviously, pick LA. Hindi, like, LA.
Okay, so Magnolia, it's Polly, Gio, Baroka, Ian Sanggalang, Calvin. I am still going with Ginebra on
Ginebra
this
pa
one.
din. Sige,
LA,
you know what?
Scotty, Stanley,
Japet. Japet. Ay, Stan Hardinger, puta. Sige.
Bro.
Well, either way, they're all the 3 SMC teams. So, malalakas sila lahat. Pero, I feel like San Miguel has the most talented players. Definitely, ang kagandahan sa Magnolia at saka ng Ginebra, they complement each other better.
And San Miguel is just chaos.
Hindi pa natin nakikita yung cohesiveness ng San Miguel. Yung Ginebra at saka ng Magnolia, alam na natin cohesive. So, I think with Magnolia, it's that. Can they, translate the success in the elimination round in the season to the playoffs? Yun na lang ang Magnolia. Actually, number 1 lang naman dyan is can Paulie stay healthy? Because if he stays healthy, tutuloy-tuloy yung success nila. Tapos si Calvin pa na-injure pa nung second conference. Wala talaga. Like, I think with these 3 teams is can they stay healthy? Because we know what they can do. So, okay tayo, Magnolia. Alright,
and that's it.
Sana na-supportahan nyo to. Ako dun Bukas ulit mga kaibigan, tama na. Bukas tayo ulit makita-kita. Okay, thank you very much for all the support. Please join Hoops Hub on Viber and join the Shoot First community on Facebook. First time ako napagod sa episode natin. Ang dami pala ng 12.
Dami bro. Kaya ka rin tataka ko siya kahapon. Talaga, lahat ng tips today.
Dami pala ng 12. Okay guys. Si Coach Yong kasi nandurape. Kaya tumagal Nakpagtawa ko Coach Yong. Joke lang guys. Okay, the name is Mikee Reyes.
This has been Abby Palanya.
Take care of yourselves. Take care of yourselves. Peace and love. See you tomorrow.